I'm meteorologist Carley tracking this atmospheric river that has been inundating California. Now, we've been seeing this continue, and it started up on Wednesday. The first storm system moved in, tapping into that atmospheric river, and then Friday, we really saw it hit high gear with the second storm system tapping into the same atmospheric river, continuing to bring those downpours across Northern California. Now, the first storm system really started affecting mostly the coastline areas just from San Francisco north. We did get a lot of rain still in the valley, but now the second storm system tapping into the atmospheric river is really starting to shoot straight inland as well as into our foothill spots and now creating more snowfall for the Sierra. This will be the biggest storm associated with this atmospheric river as we continue into the weekend. We'll still see some showers, but more or less they still will be scattered and at least less frequent and less heavy across the area. Now, at the 9 p.m. hour, what we're looking at is most of the storm continues and it's heavy in spots. The line of showers, though, continues to shift toward the southeast. Now, we're looking at areas in the San Joaquin Valley becoming more affected by those downpours, as well as areas into our foothill spots down just past Yosemite right around 9 p.m. Now, the snowfall is starting to pick up. We're looking at temperatures there starting to drop now below that freezing point, creating more snowfall at the higher elevations. So the snow line still pretty high up there, above about 6,500 feet to 7,000 feet. So we're really looking at high snow elevations at this hour. Most of this should start dropping by Saturday early morning. We could see it as low as about 5,500 feet. Now, we're going to have to wait to get a lot of that colder air right behind it. Looks like it's coming in. We're getting some of that cold air just behind that as we start getting into about 1, 2, 3 a.m. or so. But we're really tracking all the showers. Now looking at around 9:15, you can see around the Sacramento area still heavy at times, but the lighter green shades are starting to indicate that the moisture's beginning to shift out. We're seeing the heavier stuff now from Stockton to Modesto and then over toward Calaveras County and areas of Tuolumne County where Arnold, Murphy, Sonora, Angels Camp begin to get hit harder in our overnight hours. Snow adding up as well. You can see areas of Truckee to South Lake Tahoe down to Kirkwood and then toward Yosemite beginning to see more snow as well. Those are the spots we're actually going to expect to see anywhere from 1 to 2 more feet of snow by Tuesday. Now let's talk about some records. It was a very rainy day, and across most of Northern California, we saw some areas of record rain, at least daily record rain. For areas of downtown Sacramento, we saw 1.75 inches of rainfall, and the November 22nd record is 1.07 set in 1978. Now this is as of 9 p.m. We expect to still see more rain on the way, and we're expecting to at least get closer to that 2-inch mark. So that is definitely almost double that amount of record rainfall for the daily. Now, taking a look across our region, other places also started seeing record rainfall as for November 22nd as of 9 p.m. and just about 9 p.m. So some of these are fluctuating a little bit now that we're getting a little more rain. You could add just a little bit more to some of the current rain totals. But again, downtown Sacramento really kicking it up in high gear and beating the old record, but Sacramento Executive Airport as well, pretty much doubling that number there. And then looking at a tie in Stockton currently, but we do again expect this to be higher as we move into Saturday morning. Modesto still pretty far away from their old record, but that doesn't mean they couldn't get close. We may see this number rise as we start getting into our overnight hours. But again, as mentioned, this is for November 22nd. I'm not sure we're going to get to that point by midnight. So we have 3 more hours to go. I do not expect that to break Modesto's record. Marysville definitely got beat double, not triple, quadruple the amount. We're looking so much more rain in Marysville than the old record there. And then Fairfield still very far off, not expected to reach that record by midnight. So again, these are the November 22nd record totals and the new records being set. All right, let's talk about weather impact alert days. Now, we have them still in effect for Friday all the way until Tuesday because of several storm systems that are still on the way. We have this one, of course, shifting out as we move through Saturday morning. We're still expecting more rain. We're getting a quick break in the overnight for certain areas, but again, another push in those showers headed our way Saturday morning. By Saturday afternoon, though, you're actually going to get a break. You can get your errands done, maybe do some Thanksgiving shopping at the grocery store, whatever you need to do. You have Saturday afternoon, evening, as well as most of your Sunday. So it's not a washout for the weekend. We're actually going to start seeing some breaks in this rain and then another shower and storm system moving in for Sunday night into Monday. What you need to know through all of this really is that we're just going to be seeing some more intense showers continuing. So just make sure you're just careful out there on the roadways. Everything is slick. Dangerous roads up in the Sierra as well, as we're looking at that Sierra snow piling up into our weekend. And we do have those two low pressure systems out there, the Fujiwara effect in full motion, as we're starting to see that replacement low in its place from the first low, which that was the actual first low that came in on Wednesday. The second low is in place right now. They kind of switch spots for us. Now that's dragging in that atmospheric river for us, continuing to drive it up from the south to the north. So even areas of Oregon, Seattle, and areas of Washington beginning to see more of that rain when they experienced a ton of it on Wednesday due to the bomb cyclone. Now that has lost a lot of its at least intensity for us, but it's still a driving factor in pulling in the atmospheric river. Now moving through tonight, we're still seeing a few scattered showers remaining tonight, but we're going to see this again shifting toward the east. As we pause it here about midnight, most of our valley spots from Modesto all the way up toward Red Bluff and Redding are getting a small break. Meanwhile, these foothill spots continue to get the downpours pushing in and then making their way up into the Sierra, turning to snowfall. And look at that snow line. By midnight, we're starting to see the snow line drop down to right around 5,500 feet or so. A little bit lower there, as you can see in Truckee, South Lake Tahoe areas off I-80, as well as US 50, seeing the snow line drop as well. Temperatures just getting colder, able to create more snow with the colder temperatures, obviously, and that moisture. Now, we're going to see these downpours continuing. That could bring as much as 1 to 2 more inches of rain for some of these areas. Could be very dangerous. Please be safe, especially if you know where there was a previous burn scar or a fire. That's where we're likely to see areas that could see debris flows or mudslides. Now, again, that's mostly going to pass through in the overnight. By Saturday morning, we have another push of showers. They're a lot lighter. Notice how the green shades are there instead of that crazy yellow, orange, red you were seeing, those downpours. Now we're going to get some lighter showers into the early morning, anywhere from about 6 to about 11 a.m. And then most of them again shift out of the area into the foothills and high Sierra by around lunchtime. We start to see some clearing happening for our valley spots. And then finally, as we take a look here into our Sunday, again, mostly clear skies for most of the day till we get into the evening hours. And it's really about 5, 6 o'clock, we could see our first shot at a couple of drops here and there, and then maybe a few scattered showers into our nighttime hours. So Sunday night into early Monday morning, we're still looking at the chances for some showers pushing through, especially coming in from the south. Take a look at Modesto down through the Central Valley. They're looking at those showers because the next driving force, the next storm system expected to arrive, is tapping into a new atmospheric river coming in, but that one is aimed towards Southern California more. So whatever we're getting from that is kind of shifting its way north. Meanwhile, everyone in Southern California is pretty much getting the heavy rain from that. The winter storm warning is in effect till Saturday, 10 p.m. for elevations again down to about 5,000 feet. We're looking at slick roadways as well as, of course, potential delays for chain control, as well as even closures on the roadways. We know that happens often, especially with crashes or spinouts. Now, we're also looking to the valley spots, and something has been extended for us. We've been looking at a flood advisory that's been in effect in this lighter green shade for the Sacramento area because of how much rain we have gotten. Now we're looking at this extended into at least midnight, originally 9, and even as late as Saturday afternoon for areas further north. We're getting reports of rising rivers, of course, creeks and streams as well, but mostly the rivers are some of the bigger concerns north of Sacramento, as we are getting some reports over there. Santa Rosa also seeing some pretty difficult situations over there, as they have been getting inundated just in a single day, getting about 5 inches of rainfall. We've seen some areas getting as much as 7 inches as well. Getting that closer look again, that flood advisory is in effect until Saturday, 12 a.m., as we are going to be looking at still some of that rain lingering. All right, for the Sierra, after the winter storm warning passes on Saturday, we're going to see a winter storm watch. This is for some higher elevation snow, and this really continues until Tuesday, 4 p.m. So we're going to be looking also at some gusty winds on the leeward side of the mountain there. As you see from Reno toward Nevada, they're going to be expecting some very gusty, windy conditions. Now, looking at our rain totals left, really the remaining rain we have from late Friday night all the way until Monday is maybe about a ½ inch to an inch of rain left, which is still pretty significant if you really think about it. Most of that rain that'll continue is actually coming from Friday night to Saturday. The leftover, probably about a 1/10 to a 1/4 inch of rain. So we're still getting a bulk of our rain coming in through the nighttime hours Friday into Saturday. All right, model snowfall totals. How much more snow could we see? Is this going to be significant? Well, just through Sunday morning, we could be getting a foot to a foot and a half of snowfall. Again, mostly just from this one storm system with the atmospheric river. Then as we start moving on toward Tuesday, maybe a couple more inch, about a half a foot more or so. So totaling upwards of about 2 more feet of snow may be expected in the Sierra. Some spots may be getting a little more like Bear Valley with 30 inches by Tuesday, 4 p.m. All right, let's talk about the next 3 days into your weekend. Upper 50s to mid 50s. And again, there are going to be breaks for you. So if you have things to do, get out there Saturday afternoon as well as through most of your Sunday. By Sunday evening, you're probably settling in anyway, kind of getting dinner ready and everything and ready for the work week. We'll start to see some rain arriving closer to about 4 or 5 p.m. or so. Light rain at first and then picking up into Monday morning. So again, if you have a commute ready for Monday morning and you are in the San Joaquin Valley, I'm talking Modesto, you may be getting hit hard. So just be ready for that. Be prepared. The roadways out there are going to be very slick and a lot of standing water. So make sure you're at least giving yourself plenty of time to get out the door and get to your destination so you can drive slow. Now, as we take a look into Tuesday, we still have the weather impact alert into Tuesday, and that's because we're still seeing a few lingering showers to warn you about, but mostly the Sierra may continue to see some more Sierra snowfall. Now, this is the good part. As we start moving toward Thanksgiving, Wednesday to Thursday, our travel day will be much easier. And by Thursday on Thanksgiving, it's looking beautiful. A little chilly in the overnight as you're looking at some upper 30s there. Daytime highs in the mid 50s, but at least we're looking at more sunshine into that Black Friday weekend.